What'd you think of that? The bear.
That was this morning?
Yeah, Dennis just sent it to me.
That looks like a last year's baby.
Does it? It reminds me of my dog. It's fat behind.
We're not recording now.
Yeah. Hey, how you doing?
Good.
So right by my breezeway door there, I put a bird feeder, for the little birdies, where that is, like between the house and the garage. And Dennis just sent me a picture. Big bear. Look at this. I mean,
No
why,
way.
why doesn't he just come inside? I mean, why?
You gotta be careful because they'll rip your house apart trying to get seed if they smell it.
Well, hopefully he's gonna be full. I mean, that's my door. Look how
I
close he
know.
is.
Trying to pull in a feeder.
Well, I said to Dennis, I texted him and I said, he didn't ruin my feeder, did he? And he says, that feeder's in the garbage.
We have a bear on Highland Lake that's gotta be all of 600 pounds. And the lady that lives behind me feeds all year round everything. And so
The birds, you mean?
squirrels go there,
Yeah.
the birds, the bear. I mean, the bear's at her yard all the time.
She's not
She
nervous
doesn't
about
care.
it?
She
No.
just keeps putting food out. And so I'm watching one day, and I see this fox come out of like George Clausen's area that came out of the woods line right there, and it's like an open grass section of the lady's house, and the squirrels are on the deck, and there was like 5 or 6 of them eating. This fox came out of nowhere and killed 2 squirrels like that.
How, what, they just
He's
jump? They
like-
come off the ground and just pounce?
Oh yeah, he just grabbed like bit 2 of them like in a flash of an eye, and I'm like, the lady's feeding the foxes too.
Wow.
She's bringing in all the wildlife so he can eat.
Wow. No place for him to
Morning.
go. I like watching those nature shows, like the photographers that go out and it's cool. So
I don't like the bears because the bears are dangerous.
Yep.
Not that I'm
And
worried
they're
about
not
getting
scared.
bit.
You can't get rid of them.
Yeah, I'm not worried about getting bit because I've been real close to the bears and they don't even care who you are. I just don't want them ripping the house apart.
The damage.
Oh yeah, there's a guy in Norfolk that came to the town garage and asked for some metal because he's got like a log cabin and they're peeling away the trim around his doors,
Trying to get in?
trying to get into his house. They can smell the food in there.
Wow.
Oh, that's not good.
Ask Jim Clark about his beer experience.
Why? What was his?
How long did it out? How many other night?
Oh, really?
Midnight probably or so.
Okay. My mom, I grew up in Sucker I knew
Yeah.
for sure. Mom was without power. And,
Yeah, I was out. I didn't have any power either. I got a generator, but
well, mom does too.
Yeah.
So that's a pain.
yeah. This is gonna be even worse. This storm
Did he come?
because everything's mush.
Did he leave?
When did they expect
I
it?
think so.
Hopefully not before noon. And then yeah, and then I think it's going to like 6 or so. So I'll be out till like 9 area, hopefully.
I guess it's overtime.
This is the last one.
Don't, do you know, you remember April 1st, 1990?
I know. Yes, I do. Who was the nice person that brought the chocolates?
Oh, we all bring them.
That's awesome. I love the Gardellis.
Yeah, you get a little.
They're bad for me
Right
though.
there, Susan. Help yourself.
Those are good ones too.
What color did you get, Joe?
I was just going to say, I went conservative back to the old Joe.
Oh, you didn't even get.
No, they're French.
Oh, French.
Yeah.
Oui, oui.
Yes.
Yeah, she said she was getting. I took mine off.
I know, I noticed that yesterday. Why?
Should have kept it for the holiday.
now he needles me, like he knows, cause like we go back and forth.
Good morning, you can come right in. How are you this morning, Mr. Rhodes?
Hi,
Good.
my son, Charles.
Nice to meet you.
How you doing?
You're good.
Good. Oh, did I forget?
And raw out there today.
I know.
No snow yet, though.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll be in and out here.
Hope
I'm
we
just
don't get
gonna
much.
my recorder. Yep. You're not till 9:30, but certainly,
Oh, 9:30?
I got you on schedule since 9:30, but certainly if the folks before you aren't here, then we'll move you forward.
Oh, somebody else is calling. Maybe. Oh.
Yeah, I guess it's gonna be a little crazy later today.
And it's raining up to 5 inches. What are you gonna do?
We're
Every
still,
day gets closer.
that's right. We're springing ahead tonight too. Clocks.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Does the clock still work?
No, that wouldn't, I guess not.
Well, you got to wind it a little, right?
Right,
So it's pretty anyway.
it's beautiful. I wonder if it's a William L. Gilbert, or a.
You guys want candy?
Oh, no, thank you.
Do you?
Okay.
Corey did. Right? Corey did,
Yeah.
yeah. Have you checked, or have they changed the forecast? Because I thought it was supposed to start snowing at 8 o'clock.
Well, it just changed from when I left my house to here. In New Hartford, it was just rain. When I got here, there's like,
Flurries?
yeah,
I've had it. I can take it January, February. I don't want it in March.
Come on in.
Hi,
We'll get started soon.
are we in the right spot? Good?
Yeah, you are. You, pool?
Yeah.
Yep. We're just waiting for the board and we'll start. Masks aren't required. If you want to wear it, certainly. Thank you. Sorry. No, it's just the way they are. It's not you. COVID. It said COVID 20. It always keeps shaking. What, like the college 20 you're talking about?
I asked her about the elevator. Did Mark Douglas change it?
I emailed him and had gotten a reply, so I spoke to him and he assured me. Yeah. You two folks took the elevator up?
Yes.
Okay, we just wanted to make sure it was unlocked for.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Sign was very clear too, thank you.
Good morning. Good morning.
Hi, Jackie.
Treats.
Yep. Did you see my email? The package is already downstairs.
No, I
So
didn't
if
see
you-
it. Thanks for
yeah.
telling me.
Yeah,
Save the trip.
right. Is Steve back?
I don't think so. Let's see. He should be coming back soon. He should be here for the meeting.
All tan.
Well, then a life of Riley, I'll tell you.
Yeah. But not for the last couple of years, right? They haven't been since,
Right, with COVID
Right.
now. They were. This is for Joel.
Morning, everybody. Wow, chocolates. I knew there was a payback coming for this situation. Thank you, my dear. Who supplied the chocolates?
It could be a bribe.
Wonderful.
nope, because I don't live here.
All right. I pronounce your name correctly this time. Mulvey. Okay, this meeting of the Winchester Board of Tax Appeals is called to order. Present today are Joel Stewart and Jackie Mulvey and myself, John Herman. We welcome everybody here, and looks like the first person listed today would be Michelle Poole.
That's me.
All right, perfection.
Hi. Do I need to?
Yeah, come on up, Michelle, and I just have to read you a short statement, which,
Oh, here, okay.
yes,
Sorry.
that's your table, that's your table, and that is your microphone. We're recording this for posterity. And where is my little speech here on swearing them in? Let's see. Did I lose it? Yes, I did. At least it's not in this last package unless I...
There's an extra one.
Thank you, Jill. All right. So, do you solemnly swear, do both of you expect to make a statement? All right, if you'd both just reply to me. Do you solemnly swear or solemnly and sincerely affirm, as the case may be, that the evidence you shall give concerning this case shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God, or upon penalty of perjury?
That's fine.
I do. Very good. Okay, so if you would tell us your story and explain why you believe your assessment should be changed.
We believe it should be changed because the appraisal that was submitted with this tells a different story with its value. I believe its currently assessed value is $744 on the assessor's database, except the appraisal we submitted when we refinanced the house, which said $640.
Okay. Well, just for the effort of accuracy here, it looks like they're appraising your house at $744 and they're assessing it at $521, 70% of that. So the town believes that has believed that your house was worth $744. So you've submitted an appraisal for $640.
The amount that the town has it listed as is very close to what the rebuild cost was from a fire that we had.
Oh, you had a fire and you, gotcha.
So the rebuild, which is probably what it was revalued.
Yeah, yeah. We elected to stay and rebuild. The insurance company did offer us some money just to fill in the foundation.
Oh, really?
Leave, oh yeah, they gave us the option of doing it. We weren't gonna get the recoverable depreciation on it, so, and our two children are in school at Gilbert, and we decided probably better for them to finish out their high school here. So we elected to rebuild.
Okay.
Now, we've been looking at various other properties across town, and of course, the big rent district, of course, is up by the lake, and then all those folks have lake views and so on. We don't have a view of any sort. Our property is sloped entirely, other than where the leach field is. It's all ledge, and we have no public utilities. We have a septic and a well. So I'm surprised, actually, that the bank even assessed it or valued it at $640. I really don't think I could sell it for $640.
What was the purpose of that appraisal? What did you have the appraisal for? What was the reason?
To refinance the home.
Recently? Okay,
Yes.
recent refinancing? Okay.
Refinancing actually due to the tax
Yeah, the
increase, hopefully
taxes.
to help
Gotcha.
The taxes of $17,747 was a substantial increase to the pre-fire. Now, I understand the home is now new, I understand that, but it just seemed, it was such a large jump, you know?
Yeah, I hear you. Okay, I'm just gonna show these photos, because I went by your house the other day and I took a look at it and took a couple of photographs, so I appreciate where it's located and the hill. So this is on Torringford, as you come into Winstead from Torrington, right? It's not far from where you get to Winstead, and it's up on this hill. You see that? Up on that hill? Okay, and also present today now is Troy Lemire, our alternate. So there it's on the hill, and I'm gonna give you another picture of it.
Just for the record, Mr. Poole, your first name is?
Timothy.
Timothy, okay. Just-
Here's a little close-up of it. It's,
Good, how about you?
it's a very nicely constructed new house. That's the positive side of it. The negative side of it is on a very tough lot.
I'm familiar with the house.
You know, oh, yeah, okay, all right. Well, I'll tell you, it's my personal opinion here that the house is not worth more than $640,000, if it could be sold for that, is the truth.
Yeah, I agree with you. The assessment in 2017, because that's what we're trying to value this at somehow, through like a magic ball, was down at 130,000.
Well,
And
this was,
so-
there was no house there, yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Oh,
so,
pre-fire.
well, yeah, so that was pre-fire. They rebuilt it recently, and I have no doubt that the 644,000, or even the 744,000 that the town has here, is theoretically possible in today's market, but definitely not in 2017.
I don't think it's
So-
possible in this market, only because, I mean, that's a very tough lot. I mean, that's a very tough lot, you know, it's hard. It cost you $750 to rebuild, is that what it cost? In real money?
I don't remember.
Somewhere around
I
there.
think
Something
it
like
cost the
that.
insurance company that.
Well, yeah.
Oh, it cost the insurance company,
Medical
okay.
Insurance
insurance
company.
pays.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know,
It is all
I think we should
Lead.
push the appraisal.
Yeah, I'm good with going with the appraisal.
I think we
We
should
do
go
the
with the
local guy that does
appraisal.
it too.
after all.
all right, you make a motion, Jackie?
I make a motion that we go with the appraised value,
Second.
the reappraisal.
Yeah, if you're comfortable with that, I'm comfortable with that.
If you wanna go lower, that'd be great.
You're okay with that too?
And the appraised
Wanna
value
just call it even
640 or
500?
644?
640 true value.
640 true value, okay.
Yeah. Okay? All right, so that sounds good?
Yes.
Okay, very good.
Where do we go from here? Now, what happens now?
The rest is,
They'll do something.
Oh,
How's that?
Do I get talk to her? We just go out?
You'll get a letter in the mail
okay.
All right.
officiating.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
okay.
Take care.
Mr. Chairman, before you go on to the next case,
Yeah,
I
nice to
would
see
like
you.
to have a vote between the members. I spoke to a couple other lawyers. I didn't have a chance to get anything in writing to you for today. But they said that Attorney Nelligan's decision was an opinion only. There is no factual or statute behind that the alternate cannot entertain any questions other than non-voting. And I'm asking if you guys would allow me to ask some questions today, and I will not vote, obviously, is that.
Okay, my only concern is that, so Terry Nelligan's was an opinion.
Which the other lawyers are opinion also, so.
I'm a little bit concerned, unless we get some kind of a definite procedure on this, right?
Right.
I mean, I wonder if there's any chance of us invalidating ourselves because we didn't follow
I don't
procedure.
believe so. If any other board or commission, an alternate has a right to speak but cannot vote. And this one doesn't change anything. So that's, I mean, if you've been on another board, even on wetlands, an alternate gets to speak, but the decision, the court can't find any problems if I'm not voting, is what I'm saying.
It's usually once a motion's made and you
Right.
enter into the deliberation phase
Then
of
I'm
the
done.
discussion, then he's out. But in a hearing,
He can have conversation.
he can ask questions. It's just then when you start polling your members on where you are, you almost want to wait for that discussion until a motion's made, and then that's the opportunity to have that discussion once a motion's put on the table. And that's when he should refrain from offering comment.
And this is
Right.
what the other committees
Is that
do.
your understanding too, Troy, that you're able to dialogue and ask questions,
Right.
but once the motion's made, then it's,
And my reasoning for behind this is, I was duly sworn in, just like all of you.
Yep.
And if one of you was not present at the time, if the decision was to be made later, I wouldn't be able to have any notes or any discussion to make a decision if we had to make a decision later.
That's the logic behind it.
Right, correct.
And and Pam, what you're saying to me is your experience in all the other committees, that's the way it's handled.
and it's similar to exactly
Just
what
what-
he's saying. It's just, you know, that first night might have been a little off, just because we weren't necessarily doing it in motions. So now you understand, you know, ask all the questions you need for information, and Troy's right, because something might come to light that would cause one of you to recuse yourselves. And you'd want 3 seated members to the extent possible. I mean, we're short alternates, you know, and
Okay.
you want a full complement of the board. And so, yeah, he's correct. He can ask questions. It's just when it comes to deliberations. Once that motion's made, that's it for conversations. And then it's truly, usually it.
All right, that sounds
completely.
reasonable. I mean, if that's what all the other committees in town are doing, if that's the rules they're living by.
And I think the assessors agree with that take, too.
All right, well, it seems like we're all in agreement then. Okay, Troy.
Thank you. Now I feel like
So
I have
moved.
a purpose.
Okay, very good.
And we
You
all
do
can
have a
benefit
purpose
from
here.
We can all benefit from your wisdom, so.
Right.
All right, that sounds good. Okay, so the next person in line would be Mr. Robert Nichols. Hi there, if you take a seat and allow yourself to be heard in the microphone, I'll read you this short statement that you can then respond to. Do you solemnly swear or solemnly and sincerely affirm, as the case may be, that the evidence you shall give concerning this case shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Or upon penalty of perjury? Very good. Now, if you would just explain your story to us and explain why you believe your assessment should be reduced.
So basically, I missed the paperwork in the mail, filled it out myself, and most of, like, I'm an independent contractor, I don't have like any employees or anything like that. Most of my work is like for other companies as a subcontractor. And just the equipment that I own is minimal, it's all like smaller tools, anything bigger like wood chippers, or tractors, or big machinery like that, I rent. So I have, like roughly like 16,000, 17,000 in tools that I came up with, which, or wait, no, that's what you guys came up with. And, oh yeah, and then I like broke it down, I don't know if you have that paper.
I do. You know, you didn't file, right? And you do need to file.
Yeah.
Right.
So I don't know if I like missed it in the mail or what,
So-
but I didn't get the slip.
Something happened, but what I'm going to say to you today is, we could give you the paperwork. If you can file it today, right? You put down these various machines, when you bought them, what, you know, the depreciated value, fill out the form, and come back to us, right?
Okay.
You know, we'll accept it from you today.
Okay.
And next year, if you would just remember that it'll be less hassle for you, less hassle for the ladies in the assessor's office, if you get that in, because it's really an obligation of running any business is to get that form in. So if you could do that accurately, next year, you won't have to go through this hassle, and this year we'll give you the form right now,
Okay.
and you can come back a little later, find a spot, fill it out,
Okay.
and give it to us, okay?
Sounds good.
All right.
Do you have any pictures of your equipment?
No, because like all that I own is like a lawnmower, some chainsaws, weed whackers.
Do you have a phone that you could take some pictures before you come back today?
Yeah, yeah.
Just, you know, the snow plow, anything that like motorized.
Yeah.
We don't care about rakes or shovels or anything like that.
Do you want them like printed out, or do you have an email that I could send them to?
You could just,
bring it with you.
Just show them?
just show them on your phone, it'll be
Okay.
fine. And the other thing is, there is a penalty for having filed late, but, you know, the penalty gets greatly reduced because your assessment gets reduced once you file.
Okay,
Okay?
thank you so much.
You're very good, thank you.
Have to do it before the meeting is over?
Yeah, and we
Yeah.
need it back by 10:30.
Just
Yeah.
be back by 10:30?
Right.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
John, let's work on Mr. Lapointe quickly. We still have to make your decision on that. Mr. Lapointe's,
Just remind me, oh, Mr. Lapointe.
The veterans.
Well, you know, it's to the extent that we have the power to reinstate his
exemption.
exemption, I think we all agree. I make a motion to do so.
I had to recuse from that one.
You had to recuse, you have to
You guys-
recuse. Okay, it's you and I.
Did you read the legal opinion from the attorney?
I did, but, you know, to the extent that we have any power to do it, which may be none,
The attorney said no.
the attorney said no. So the attorney says we can't do it, but go ahead, sir.
I swear to tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help me God.
All right, well, listen, if we're going to do that, hang on one second, let me read it to you properly. Do you solemnly swear and solemnly and sincerely affirm, as the case may be, that the evidence you give concerning this case shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God, or upon penalty of perjury?
Yes.
And one second, Mr.